Welcome to the Wonder Cinema Podcast,
where we wonder about cinema.
I'm filmmaker and film critic Brian Henry Martin.
And I'm cinema historian and author Dr. Sam Manning.
Well, we're going to tell the story, Sam, in this podcast of just one cinema.
Well, not just any cinema, the Wonder Cinema of Ireland, the Ritz, which opened in 1936 in Belfast.
Okay, so the Wonder Cinema of Ireland is the Ritz Belfast. Now, Sam, I'm from Belfast, so I went to the Canon Cinema, which was the later incarnation of the Ritz. But Sam, you don't sound like you're from Belfast. What's your connection to this?
I'm what the locals would call a blow-in, but I'm just interested in the history of cinemas in the city and the social history of Northern Ireland. And I think the Ritz is a great way to look at that history from the 1930s right through the Troubles and into the 1990s.
Now, there's going to be some incredible moments, like when Cary Grant is presented with a shillelagh on the stage of the Ritz, or when the Fab Four walk up the marble steps and the crowd go wild. Sam, what moments stand out for you?
Those, alongside some other great ones like Gracie Fields visiting in 1936, but also looking at the cinema in more troubled times. So, for instance, we're going to look at how it was bombed in 1977 and then how it reopened and reimagined itself in the 1980s.
And how a fax from Steven Spielberg brought the curtain down on the Wonder Cinema of Ireland. Who is this podcast for? Well, it's for cinema fans who fancy a trip which takes us from the Wizard of Oz
to Reservoir Dogs.
Wow, and that's an extraordinary journey. I mean, it's 50 plus years, but yet, Sam, so much happens.
Yeah, and it's not just the history of a cinema, it is almost the story of Northern Ireland, or the social and cultural history of Belfast.
All in one place, the Wonder Cinema of Ireland. Why listen to this podcast? Well, why indeed? I don't know who is going to listen to this podcast, but thank you if you're going to. The good news is, Sam, we have 2 listeners.
And we hope to have many more. So if you're interested in cinema, if you're interested in history, if you're interested in Belfast or Northern Ireland, then we hope you'll join us to hear more about the Wonder Cinema.
The first podcast drops on Monday, the 2nd of September. We will see you then.